Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Everybody Eats podcast. It's your host, Bensky Belazaire.
Edom.
All right, we got Edom here, and we're here with a really special guest today. We have Maxwell Ampadu. So thank you very much for joining us today. Before we get into that, make sure you're following us on all platforms. Instagram, Everybody Eats Pod, Twitter, EVE Pod. Make sure you're following and listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you listen to podcasts, we're on there. But yeah, make sure you go do that. It's the best podcast on the East Coast, so make sure you're tuning in. Now with new episodes every Tuesday, right? So on that note, we have Maxwell Ampadu. All right. So thank you very much for joining us. And real quick before we start again, shout out to Emmanuel for putting us together. So I like to say how we met all our guests and stuff. So Emmanuel Perez, we still haven't had him on the podcast, but he's been a really big help to the podcast. Like I bring him.
I ain't never met this guy.
You guys have met him. Shout out to Emmanuel. We've been a big support. Eventually, we'll get him on episode eventually. Like that's just in the works.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, and it'll be a good episode. So shout out again to Emmanuel for putting us, linking us up. And we're like, yo, we gotta get you on an episode. So on that note, if you can introduce yourself, your background, where you from, what you do, and then we'll get the episode rolling.
All right, so my name is Maxwell Ampadu. I'm a senior in Norfolk State. I'm a business major / IT major. So what I do is I do sell sneakers. I'm a sneakerhead. So whatever those sneakerhead videos and those sneakerhead meme do, I do it, but I don't do it to a full extreme. I do it, but not that extreme. So basically my business is whenever a sneaker comes out, I usually have my computer set up and I make sure I get as many quantity I can and sell the sneakers. I also go on OfferUp, Grilled, Facebook Market, and just to get a whole bunch of variety of sneakers just so customers can have what they're looking for. But yeah, I'm a reseller and I love selling sneakers, used or brand new, no matter what it is.
Got you. So we just finished recording something with Sneaker Tub. I know you said that you've actually worked with them in the past. And we were talking about it was funny, we had a conversation about the term sneakerhead. So I think,
how do you feel about it?
Yeah, before we start, because some people, the term sneakerhead, some people don't like it because they think it's like a bad connotation because it makes them look like they're crazy.
Yeah.
But some people they embrace it and they embrace it. So you called yourself a sneakerhead. So kind of like what's your take on that?
So yeah, I do get that a lot, and I do be watching a lot of videos on people making fun of the sneakerhead do this, sneakerhead do that. But I mean, I feel like as long as you're passionate about what you're doing, it shouldn't really matter what people are saying or calling you or anything like that. But I'm a true sneakerhead. Like whenever a shoe comes out, I make sure I'm online trying to buy it. I've waited in line for 6 hours to get a pair of sneakers I did before. Be like, damn, why would you wait for 6 hours? I mean, it's about money. Yeah. So why not? I love sniffing the shoe. I don't sniff customer shoes. So I'm gonna get that out there. I don't sniff the customer shoes, but I whenever when the shoes get delivered, I open it and I do the new test smell just to make sure it's legit and everything is correct. Most of my sneakers I don't wear, so it's just all stacked up and just decorated in my room. So and that's one thing about sneakerheads, like they have a whole bunch of sneakers, but but we don't wear them. We just like collecting them. But due time, which we're gonna wear it, but we just care about how valuable the sneakers are. So that's why sometimes they don't wear all the sneakers.
Yeah, it's a commodity.
It's a commodity. Yeah, it's a commodity. It's a commodity no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta keep it in good condition if you want to sell it. So that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta keep it in good condition. You gotta make sure the value is exactly what it will be in the future, or it's gonna be higher in the future.
Yeah.
So some shoes just dropped today. I forgot. It's the two colorways is red and
Jordan 5.
The Jordan 5s.
Yeah.
You got them?
Yeah. So those. Yeah, I got them.
I don't know how.
I do have them. I was able to get maybe 10 pairs.
How?
You just I know. So the thing about me, whenever a shoe comes out, I have friends and family that enter raffles for me. Like I would throw them extra money, and I have 10 devices. So I have my MacBook, my Windows computer. I have 2 phones. I have a couple of tablets, and an iPad. So whenever a shoe comes out, I have the links ready, just pressing the sizes, just to make sure I can get it before the bots take it.
Yeah, all right, yeah, I'll have a lot, especially after today. So how do you find these links? You don't have to tell us everything, give up your sauce, but what can you give us an idea
Like some free game,
some free game. I'm trying to get some mochas. I'm trying to get some Jordan Amrios. I've been trying, I can't. I need help. Help me. Help me.
I got you. So so whenever a shoe comes out, or 15 minutes before it's supposed to come out, I follow people called it's on Twitter. It's called Soul Links. So basically, when they send the links out before it comes out, like 15 minutes or 10 minutes before that. So whenever they send the link, I will send it to all my devices so that I can have it ready, and I can just go to the website and just click on it. I also have notifications on my phone that tells me when the shoes is coming out on this time, when it's launching down and the timer, and I'll just go on the link and I'll just click on it, and boom. But yeah, I have a whole bunch of resources. So links. I follow a bunch of different posting on Instagram that tells me when the shoe comes out, and I also have friends that enter raffles for me, and I also also use their computers.
You cut out,
but it's a lot.
You cut out earlier. I couldn't hear the Twitter page.
Right, yeah.
Soul links.
Yeah.
Soul.
Okay, so yeah. So SOLE and then links.
Okay.
Soul links. Yeah. They're big time. Twitter and Instagram people. They basically do the links, and they do shout outs whenever a shoe comes out. So they'll let you know, hey, this is coming out on this day, and then whenever there's a restock, they let you know too, and then they send the link for the restock too. So sometimes so for example, when the mochas came out, there was another restock. Like they send the link out a day before the restock came. So whenever it came, I was already there ready, and I was able to get like 5 pairs from that.
Oh, okay. That's pretty.
Got you. Nice.
So that's crazy. I always hear, and you always see on TV shows like Sneakerheads, or even before COVID and Black Friday was going crazy. You see people waiting in line and stuff, and I guess you hear stories kind of, but you never know the work that gets really put into it. So you're talking about waiting in line a whole day after. That's literally dedicating your laptop just to being on all day through the night, charged, ready to go buy, a pair of shoes. It's pretty wild to me.
Not for sure, because it's you have to especially if you're a reseller, or it's your business for sure. If it's a hobby, it's definitely one thing. When it's your business, you have to. You know what I'm saying? It's about the money, and you have to. This is your business. It's something that's in high demand within the sneaker culture. You have to be multiple devices. You have to be putting in all that work. You know what I'm saying? So from the outside, it might look like, oh, you're being a little crazy. But this is the work. This is what you have to do to get them. You know
exactly.
What I'm saying?
You got to do
have to respect the hustle.
I fight for my life to wear something to touch the ground. Yeah.
And I got to make sure my customers are happy. With the sneakers, I got to make sure I get enough for them. So that's why I'm always on the computer trying to grab as many pairs as I can. But one thing though, to make the job easier, that it is recommended to get a bot, which is basically it will do everything for you. Yeah, bot. It will do everything for you by automatically bot. Since I started this business, I haven't used a bot yet. I've been doing all manual entries, and I've been able to get me a lot of pairs, without using a bot. But in 2021, that's when I will start getting the bot, just to make my life more easier and stuff like that.
So for everybody who doesn't know, a bot, which I just learned today, as of today recording, the PS5 drops. And I've been trying to get one.
Yeah.
I've gotten real close. So a bot is what he said. So it's what resellers use to resellers, or I guess anybody who really wants something, they just use it to go. Basically, it does, like you said, does the work for them. And I'm not sure exactly how it all works, but as long as you have your bot up and running, that thing's gonna get you, one or however many pairs or quantities or whatever you need. So I think that's why I haven't got my PS5 yet. I hate you bots. That's all I'm saying.
And no, trust me, and
No.
and I'll be feeling the same way too. Whenever a shoe sells out so fast, I'll be like, man, what's up with this bots, man? Like, y'all killing me. That's taking my money, but I can't be mad at them because they have the resources, they have the tools together. But yeah, with a bot, like it's automatically gonna grab the shoe for you before somebody else does it manually.
Yeah.
It's yeah, you know, but it's all about the game on how how you try to resource and how you try to finesse the system.
How much is a bot? Do you know?
So it can range from between from $300 to up to like $8,000, depend on if it's a good box. Most of the good bots is going to cost you between like 5,000 to high range because it can dash so many. It can dash Supreme, Shopify, Yeezy Supply, Nike, sneakers. They could do anything.
So
but yeah.
Is it a software or like what I guess like what exactly is it? Is it something that you download?
All right, so
where you get it?
All right, so I'm gonna answer that question. So a bot is basically it's a software. It can be used on Windows, majority of Windows, because Windows is worldwide.
Yeah.
If you have a Mac, you can get a Windows software to emulate the software on your Mac, so you can use it. But most of the time, it's on Windows. You can get them online. They have different website and Twitter links where people start a bot. But with the bot, you need to get a proxy. You need to get a server. You need to get a credit card. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on to it. So what people do with the bot is like they set it up maybe a day before, or they set it up maybe 2 hours before they release. So that way the machine, the software is up and running to grab what you want for you. So what it does is it goes to different websites, Shopify, Yeezy Supply, Sneakers app, Foot Action, Champs, Hibbett, all those retailers that sell sneakers. Like you tell the size you want and the quantity, it will basically go to that website and grab it for you, and then you get an email later on saying confirmation confirmed. But to answer the question, a bot is a software. It's an AI software that grabs sneakers and streetwear for people.
Gotcha. I mean, yeah, obviously it sounds like annoying because you think of like the progression, right, of like people having to wait in line, right? Like that's both manual, right? Going out, waiting in line.
Yeah.
Then there's like buying it online manually, which is a little bit easier because you don't have to wait outside, but that's still annoying. And then the next level to that is the bot. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, that obviously like that could be annoying, but like that's the game, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, with AI, you said you're an IT major, so I'm sure you know like AI's taking over. That's now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure, you know, it's something like if you got the money, you can afford it type thing, but like, you know, I'm learning about stuff today, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just you know.
It's wild because like I mean PlayStations people I know people are botting, but PlayStations are going for like my friend I actually checked StockX after I got, you know, I lost and I couldn't get my PlayStation, but people are selling it for like the lowest I've seen is like 850.
800, yeah.
People selling it for up to 1,000, and then the highest bid is 100 million. For what reason? For what reason?
Just
the Moguls, for example, going double retail. They're selling at 170. They're reselling at 350. Like that is.
And it's just I feel like nowadays people want to resell everything. Like it was fun doing sneakers and doing streetwear, but like, you know, when now that we reselling consoles and games, and it's like that's taking the fun out of it, you know, because I love to play games. I'm not going to pay extra money just to have the system. Like when I could wait a couple of months until the price comes down. But yeah, nowadays people are using the bots to resell anything, like, you know, to make them extra money. I'm not hitting the game anything like that. I'm happy for them because, you know, they have that tools, they have that resources. But at the same time, just like how you were saying, you wanted to grab the system. Now you gotta wait until the price comes down or until they restock it just so you can get it for a good price. And it's kind of like a little bit not good.
Yeah, sure. It could be annoying. So
it could be annoying sometimes.
Very,
Man, I just had a question. I lost it. I was gonna say, so I guess like starting from the beginning, how did you get into either sneakers? How did you get into the sneaker game, right? Because I feel like a lot of people, maybe they say they want to start reselling. Like, how do you start? Is it as simple as, I got a pair of kicks, like I got a pair of phone posits I'm trying to get rid of? Is it as simple as let me just go sell it on eBay and that's how you start? Or like, I guess like how did you start?
Okay, so I started I've always been into like the sneaker game and the sneaker culture, and I've always kept up with it, but I wasn't always keeping up to extreme, like when they come out, this comes out on this day and stuff like that. But at one time I was watching a YouTube video. I was scrolling through YouTube when I was bored, and I seen a video from Business Insider, and I was like, let me just click on it, because when I'm bored I like to just watch anything on YouTube that's very educational. So I clicked on it, and I'm sitting down, and it's like it's an 8-minute video, and then they were showing different celebrities. They were showing like young people like Big Cat, who was selling sneakers that was making like 200 million, 2 million in a year, like 5 million, 10 million. I'm just watching the video. I'm like, wait a second, like all these young people are making all this money. I'm just over here just buying sneakers. So throughout the years, since I was working, I saved most of my money up. So then I started doing a little bit of research, and I went on. I asked my friends, I asked my cousin, who was a big time reseller. So what I did was I made sure, I had the funds to get the sneakers. So what I would go to, like I was saying, I would go to Facebook Market, Offer Up, Grilled, Macquarie, like different apps that sell sneakers, just so I could have different inventories to be ready. And I've also worked with different resellers who's also gave me a good price on selling shoes. But I started selling sneakers based off from a YouTube video from Business Insider that talked about how big the sneaker business is booming. And then with the funds, so people say, how do you start selling sneakers? So one of the things that I learned throughout selling sneakers, and I also learned this from YouTube too. If you don't have the funds and you're old enough and you have a credit card, use your credit card as one of your funds. Majority of my sale, any sneakers that I buy, I use my credit cards, because one, I'm gaining points, and I can pay off the credit card easily, because it shows me my statement. It shows me what I've been using, what I've been getting charged for. Yeah. So I started using my credit cards as my majority of my main funds, because I had a lot of limit on it. So whenever a shoe comes out, I'll use my credit card, buy 10 pairs, 15 pairs, pay it off, get the points, and the points can be converted into, like, you can use the points to buy like gift cards. You can use the points to pay off your credit cards too. So that's also another reason I want to use your credit card, if you have a credit card, to start selling sneakers, and then double up on the points, because the points can build up in the future. Cash wise, if you don't have enough cash, so just start working, save as much money as you can, and then just everything is not easy. Nowadays you gotta work your way from the bottom just to go up. So if you don't have the credit card, but you have enough funds, or you don't have enough funds, just start working, save your funds up. Just don't go blow it on dumb stuff, and especially if you want to start selling sneakers. So what I did was I started saving all my money up into my savings, and I made sure I didn't blow it up. And I worked for like AT&T, Sprint, Best Buy, and big time retailers. So during those, I was able to save my money up into my savings. And then when COVID happened, that's when I pushed myself and started selling sneakers to extreme.
Got it. Oh, so you started selling this year? Like, seriously?
Yeah, I started.
Yeah.
I took off this year, but majority of the time I was selling sneakers last year, but I wasn't selling it to extreme like I'm selling it this year. But yeah, I took off. I could say officially took off in this year.
Gotcha.
Around March when my job laid me off.
Got you. Congratulations.
Good. No, for real, yo, for real. Like you don't hear a lot, But again, one of my friends he got like 3 PlayStations. His job laid him off a month ago. Now he's reselling. So more power to you guys, honestly.
No, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Exactly. You gotta do what you gotta do nowadays to survive.
And you dropped a real good gem there with the credit card.
Yeah.
Comment. So yeah, the points, and on top of that, if you have your reselling business, if you have your shit together, when you buy the shoes and then you resell it, you're gonna make back what you spent on your credit card, and then the rest of the profit, which is actually really, really, really smart, smart. Like if you really, sit down and think about it. So I appreciate that. I hope our listeners, pick up on that, take some notes.
Yeah. Credit card is always good to start off, building your business. You can always use like your real hard cash money. Yeah. I prefer people use the cash money.
Yeah.
Your credit card, because your credit card, you can see your statement, you can see what you spend.
Yeah. And the way I see it, as long as you have, we
lost you for a second.
Can you hear me? Okay, yeah. So yeah, so I mean that you can use that your real cash like locally, like Facebook,
Yeah.
Facebook, offer up, let go, and local resellers, and just use your credit card to start building, like start buying, sneakers online little by little. And the thing about using credit cards also is like the more you use your credit card, I think you're going to raise your credit up, and then once you raise your credit up and then you want to get more money, you go to the bank, you show them your card statement, they go and you see your credit history, they're gonna be like, okay, well, this guy's on time payment, let's give him more money. So when they give you more money, you can use that cash physically to buy more inventory, either face to face with somebody, or you can put the cash in your savings and go buy more sneakers online. So that's why I prefer to use credit card. That's why I prefer to use credit card because, why not? Everybody nowadays has a credit card, but don't go abuse your credit card though. That's one thing about buying sneakers. Don't go abuse your credit card because people will go use their credit card on dumb stuff. So just make sure you know what you're spending on, and just make sure you're getting the right sneakers, to hold on to it.
Nah, for sure. So it's funny because one of the questions I wrote down is like, how can you scale the business? Like when you're selling sneakers, like how do you scale and grow? And I think with that credit card statement, like, obviously you want to pay your credit card off, right? When we say use your credit card, like, there's a little asterisk next to it when we say that, it's because
it means more.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When you use your credit card, you want to be aware of, that doesn't mean, like you said, don't just blow it on dumb stuff. Like make sure you have the money to pay for it at the end of the month. But I guess one of my questions I'm gonna say, like, right, say you get your credit card or cash, whatever, right? You're buying these sneakers. What if your weight's not moving, so to speak? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you're buying, you have these sneakers in inventory, but you can't you can't sell them. You're not finding anyone to sell. Like, I guess how often does that happen?
Audience?
Yeah, like how do you grow the audience? How do you get customers? Like, because you don't want to spend, new J's come out, you're spending $220 on a pair of J's, and now you're trying to sell them and no one's buying them. Now you just stuck with it, or you just, So how have you, grown, or like some advice you can give about that?
Okay, so yes, and that's a good question because I'm also I'm facing that challenge too. I have a whole bunch of sneakers, but not everybody is buying it. But to answer that question, how to scale your business and to scale more customers, doing advertisement. So like with my business, I have a website, madmasskicks.com. Everybody can go check it out. So what I do is it's connected to my Facebook. Everybody uses Facebook. Everybody knows Facebook nowadays. So Facebook they do advertisement. So like you could spend extra $25, extra $20 to get more customers to come to your website, and you can engage in more traffic. So that's how you can do that by letting go of your inventories. Second step is, there's also different resources like you could say that you could post it on Facebook Marketplace. You can post on your Facebook. You could post it on Let Go, Offer Up, like Craigslist, and then just be smart when you're doing it, do it locally, because just make sure you meet in public location so that way nothing funny happen. That's what I do most of the time. I usually post my sneakers, my clothes on Facebook, Let Go, Offer Up, and Craigslist, and I get more customers through that way. Third step is, talk to your friends and family. If they have friends that need sneakers, or just say, hey, I have these sneakers. Can you send a picture to your friends or your family if they need sneakers or not? And just to make sure, they have that sneakers, ready for you. And then the fourth step is what I've been doing to get more customers. Whenever somebody sells the sneakers, I make sure they post on their IG, like the IG story, like they shout me out. So that way, their friends and family could see my page and can see what I'm doing. And, they could follow me. And then once they follow me, I DM them and say, hey, I sell sneakers, just tell me your size. And if I do get that size, I could let you know. So that's another very important step. And just, whenever someone sells sneakers, I always make sure to tell them do a shout out, because the shout out is very important, because one, they can engage in different audiences. They can also bring you more audiences to your website and to your page. And if those steps don't work out, what I also advise people is get a growth account, or get a StockX account. Because with those three platforms, you could sell online and make more money than you would locally. Because you'll be surprised what people will spend on sneakers online than they will spend on locally. Like people spend more money sneak online than they would do locally, because online there's a whole bunch of varieties and people are willing to spend more money on sneakers. So I always tell people, just make sure you get a StockX account, a Gold account, or a Gold account. With a Gold account, to be a seller, you need to, it will have to be 30 days before they can approve you. That might be a little bit too long, but sometimes they approve you within 15 days. I know I got approved in like within 14 days. So you can sell your shoes on Gold to make more money from that. Same thing with StockX and Gold. And all of them are all basically free to download and free to set up. And if you want to hold on to your sneakers, like I'm doing most of the time, just hold on to it and then let the value just keep going up. Then eventually, whatever you pay for can be triple the price.
Got you. It's literally supply and demand. You know what I'm saying? I love seeing it. It's supply and demand in its most like pure form. You know what I'm saying? It's like, for those who don't know, for example, you take Jordans. Like some people wonder or ask, like, why do Jordans cost so much? Like, why do they cost like $2 something? You know what I'm saying? Or like, why is the resale so much? It's really supply and demand. They make a limited amount, right? The new colorway comes out, for example, what the fives came out today, right? So for example, a new colorway comes out, nice funky colors, gets a lot of hype. They make some news, then they're like, all right, we'll do retail, we'll put it up, at retail for like, $220. Obviously, they don't have a limited supply, right?
Yeah.
Say they only make 100 pairs, but you have 500 people who want, right? Only 100 people are going to get the pair, but maybe only 25 people out of the 100 who get it actually wear it, and then the rest of the 75, they're saying, hey, like let me flip it for a quick buck.
Twice, 3 times the amount.
So that you have a whole batch, you have hundreds of people who want the same sneaker, you bought it for $220, you'd be like, let me price it for $350. Someone's gonna bite. Someone's gonna bite. Someone's gonna bite.
No matter, someone's gonna buy it.
Yeah.
And it might take a while until someone buys it, but someone's gonna buy that sneaker no matter what. And to me, that's I like waiting until someone buys it, because then the value just keeps going up. For example, like I just put a sneaker up on StockX, and I put it up for $300. Now they're going for $350 now. So that's extra $50 I could make now. Rather than me just selling exactly for $300. So like you were saying, it's supply and demand. Same thing with stock. Stock is supply and demand too. You buy the stock at a low price, and then just hold on to it until the price just keeps going up, and then you sell it for more money. People always ask me like, why don't I invest my money into stocks rather than into sneakers? Why I have stocks. I have like maybe 6 stocks, and I'm holding on to it, but my stock is my sneakers. I would rather put all my money into my sneakers than I would rather for stock, because at the end of the day, yes, it's the same thing. You buy stock at a low price, and then down the road it's going to be triple worth the value. Same thing because you buy for a low price, down the road it's going to be worth more than what it was. So that's what I tell people, like, stock is cool, and I have some, maybe I'll probably get more into Basel right now. Someone gives me like $10,000, $50,000, $1 million, I'm going to buy a whole bunch of sneakers with it. That's why I tell people that. And people look at me like I'm crazy. Like, I might be crazy, but hey, sneakers hold value. You could be surprised what one sneaker can cost.
Yeah. Nah, for sure.
At the end of the day, like your 6 stocks aren't your bread and butter. It's sneakers.
Yeah.
And like second, I think honestly sneakers are more attractive than stocks are, to be honest. It's a lot less work to learn about and a lot less work to get into. And at the end of the day, you have a lot of people.
Yeah, that's true.
With
way more less, and then with the sneakers, way more resources out there.
Yeah. And what's cool about StockX too, it's similar.
Price history.
Yeah, it's cool about like StockX and like eBay. It's like the auction / the bid system. That's kind of cool too, where like you said, you can place it at 300, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna sell it at 300. While you have people who are willing to pay more, right? And you can put a bid like, oh, you're selling it for 300, I'll pay 305. Next person's gonna say, I really want it, I'll pay 310, and that's how like the price goes up. So I think that's what's cool about like eBay. And
I was in a bidding war with someone on StockX. Like I think this week gonna make like 2 weeks. So like the Amarillos I told you about, I was trying to get for 110, and then there was already a bid on it for like 108. I bumped it up to 110. The person bumped it up to 111. I bumped it up to 112. He bumped it up to 114. I bumped it up to 116. It's been a that.
You just keep going up, exactly. And see, that's the same. Like that's what we're just talking about with stocks. Like same thing with stocks. Like someone can buy a stock and the next day the stock will go up, and or and so sneakers have like they have a season too. So with the fall season, sneakers go up. Summertime sneaker season go up too because everybody wants to wear their sneakers. And so same thing with stock too. I feel like stock also have a stock season. Depending what kind of season it is, the stock can either go up or it can come down. I feel like during the holidays, stocks are usually more popping because everybody wants to see what's going on with during not. And same thing with sneakers. During the holidays, sneakers is popping because everybody wants to buy sneakers for their loved ones. Everybody wants to get the new stuff, the new hottest gears and all of that. So you're right. So sneakers is like a stock too. It's like a stock betting. People always bet on what to make sure goes up or what comes down.
Yeah, for sure. It's a whole business. It's a whole industry, a whole market. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. You know what I'm saying? So
multi-billion.
If you don't know it from the outside, again, you know, it might look crazy, it might look a little weird, but like once you're in it and you understand, like, you know, it's pretty simple, but it's just, you know, once you understand, you know, different tips, tricks, and stuff like that, it's like, oh, this is a business. You got to respect the hustle. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when I see pages of like resellers with like hundreds of boxes, like, it's like, yo, it's crazy, but like again, you gotta respect it because I know like to get to that point to be able to buy hundreds
build up your
like you need to have
like,
it takes a while unless you just like you get like you just blessed and you got that bread from the start. That's one thing. But if it's just, you know, your regular person, so to speak, and you see them, you know, all those boxes, you have to respect the game that like it didn't take, you know, 2 days to get that to happen. That's a process to be able to build up the capital, build up the resource. And there's resources too. It's not even just capital because you can have the money to buy it, but that doesn't mean that it's available or you have someone there, you know, to help you get it.
That's right there. I have the money. I don't have, you know.
Exactly.
I need links. I need the resources.
So when you have
the resources,
like back in the day, or like, you know, before, you know, the bots and the, you know, and like buying online, you need to have a network. You know what I'm saying? You need to know somebody. Maybe they work at Foot Locker. Maybe they
I was in Junction High School. You know, always my older brother, or I have a friend whose older brother works at Foot Locker. You know, and then sometimes you see them come around school. They got the referee uniform.
Yeah. So it's a business. You have to respect it.
No matter what, it's a business. You can't be mad at each other. And like same thing you were saying. Like, you know, I do go on people's all the resellers page and just to see what they're doing. And I do be seeing the boxes of, you know, for sneakers like 100 pairs, 200 pairs, 400 pairs. I'm just like I'm always pinching myself. Like, man, I want to get to there. I want to progress and want to get to that level and do better than them. You know, so and you right though. Like I don't hate them at all. You know, that actually motivates me to be better because like once I look at the sneakers, I'm just like, damn, that's a lot of money. That's money in your pocket. That's more customers you're gonna get, and that's more sneakers you're gonna hold on to it. You know, like you were saying, it's part of a process. You gotta start from the bottom, and then work your way up. You can have the money, but without the resources, you're nothing.
Yeah, sure. So multi-dimensional. So that's pretty cool. So that's our first segment. So before we go to our second one, that was good though. That was definitely. I was informational.
The longest, I think.
Probably. But before we go to the second segment, any last words?
Nope.
Nah. All right. So let's do that quote of the day.
Pause. 14. I'm trying to get a PlayStation again at 9. I'm very serious. So at 8:55, we're gonna take a break. Like, if you want to help me, you can.
I got you.
We all try on Walmart. Man. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the quote is.
I'm not looking, bro.
It's just, all right. You know, just. Okay, all right.
Just say it.
The quote is, you could never lose if you embrace the fall.
I know what the fall.
Yeah, you could never lose if you embrace the fall. So the person who said it is an artist. He's a rapper. He's from Brooklyn. He's 26 years old. Yeah, and he's in the group Pro Era with Joey Badass, if you know.
Brooklyn, 26 years old.
I know it, but I'm not gonna say it yet.
Is it Jay?
Me?
No, Jay. What's his name? Jay Electron.
No. He's not Pro Era.
Nah.
26 years old, looking.
In pro era with Joey Badass and friends.
Pro era, that's like his rap. That's the rap
Yeah.
that they're in.
See, I never really got into Joey Badass like that, so I'm trying to figure out.
You know Flatbush Zombie?
Yeah. No.
No,
I've heard it, but I haven't really listened to the music like that.
Nah, it's okay.
I know Joey Badass.
yeah.
So all right, it's by Nick Caution. You could never lose if you embrace the fall. Nick Caution.
Yeah. So that's
you should go listen to that.
Yeah, it's on the album Nick at Night. So the name of the album is called Nick at Night. But I remember when it first came out, it's really good. But that quote, I really like it. It's you said you can never lose if you embrace the fall. So like from my understanding, it's like if you, I don't know. To me, it's kind of like self-explanatory.
No, yeah, well, it's like it's perspective, but at the same time, I'm sure you've heard of the phrase falling forward. You know, so as long as you don't fall back and I guess regress from whatever mistake you made or hardship you got, you can always keep going forward. So if you fall, just make sure you fall forward. You learn something from it. You're not putting yourself back, or you're not staying still, or how are you gonna step over whatever caused you to fall if you don't fall forward? And embracing that, if you at that point, if you're falling, you might have lost already. So if you embrace, the L and learn from it, turn it from a loss to a learning experience, then you can't lose. Yeah. You can never lose.
For sure. And I guess the example, like bringing it back to the sneaker game, I remember like maybe before I moved down here, I was at like a barbecue, and some guy was telling me how you had to like wake up stupid early to go into the city at like 5 or 6 a.m., waited online for like 3-4 hours to get a pair of sneakers, didn't get it. Went to like a different store, waited like another 2 hours for a pair of kicks, still didn't get it. Went to like a third store, I had to wait online, didn't get it, came back home. So we got the barbecue and we were like, dang, that's a long day. And he was like, yo, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, in my head, and like that's, again, I don't know if he had nothing to do with business, but like that's what he does. He buys and sells sneakers. And he's like, yo, that's what it is. That's a part of it. And that's kind of like the first thing that goes in my head. It's not a loss if you embrace it, or like that, if you understand that there's going to be hardships, if you understand that it's going to be rough, it's not like, letting it deter you. It's like, hey, I know it's going to be rough. When it happens, you just get over it. You fall 7 times, you get back up 8 type thing.
And man, and just like you were saying too, like with the reference to the sneakers. So same thing with the code. I also have a reference with the code. Like I've lost out on raffles, just because my phone didn't tell me, didn't give me notification like to confirm the raffle wins, and I've missed out on like big raffle wins on when it came down to me selecting them. Like you were saying, like I had to embrace it, just so I could make sure I move forward. And then like when I did that, I was able to get more raffle wins, from that on back. Like same thing we're saying, like you have to embrace it in order to make sure you can move forward. And there's also reference back to the sneakers. I've met people who's robbed me before. Like it's like the sneaker game, like it happened. It happened, like especially in the Hampton Roads. So that's why I always tell people, be careful on where you're going, and just make sure you're always P's and Q's. And I've had people rob me, people point guns at me just for a pair of sneakers. And I give them the sneakers, because I have to embrace the loss just so I can get to the stage where I am. I'm like, what, you can take the sneakers, and like, it's not worth it for my life. And I straight up, I was like, look, I only got 2 sneakers in my car. You could take the sneakers. I'm just trying to like go home. That's it. And so I had to embrace the laws. From people robbing me, people putting a gun on my head, from losing raffles, and a whole bunch of stuff just so I can get to this stage. And I'm still embracing my loss because I want to be better. So like you were saying, like you have to embrace it. You have to make sure what you loss is going to be a lesson down the road for you. And all those losses that I learned was a lesson for me, because now I'm more patient. I'm more on my P's and Q's, and I'm more checking on my phone to see if I won or if I lost, anything like that. But I had to embrace all those losses to get to a point, where I am right now. I'm still embracing losses because I want to be better. So like in reference to what you were saying, it's part of the game. You just gotta be careful, and then those losses are gonna be a bounce back in the future. It might not happen instantly, but down the road, once you embrace it and once you have faith, you're gonna bounce back. You're gonna see all those stuff coming back to you from what you lost and from what you embraced.
For sure. You just gotta charge it to the game, man. Just charge it to the game. It's part of it. So I think that's a real good insight. That's what happens, man. And it's not just applies to sneakers, it applies to anything in life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Present things life.
What we're talking about for right now. But again, like, you're saying, like, sometimes you hear always growing up, I think that's another deterrent. Sometimes you hear I've heard all the time growing up. I remember when the Concords came out and the Bread 11s came out, like people really getting like stabbed over a pair of sneakers, and that's what puts like a bad connotation on the sneakerhead title. Unfortunately it happens, but like people get shot at baby, you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately it happens, but like again, you still have to respect people in that business too, because that's a risk that you're willing to take. That like unfortunately there are slimes out there who will try and
take your life,
take your life.
It's tough.
Over sneakers, man. That's crazy. I can't believe that.
Yeah. But I remember when the Bread 11s came out. That was
high school, no?
That was high school, for me. And I think they're actually like, if I remember correctly, I think the Bread 11s are the top selling pair of Jordans. For Bread 11s. So.
And it wasn't even going to be more crazy. Well, not crazy anymore because now everything's just online. Everything is all digital. But the Concords comes out again comes out next year after 20 years or after 8 years. So like you were saying, like it's going to reference to the embracing the loss and just making sure to move forward. And hopefully people don't go crazy this time over a pair of shoes because it's getting ridiculous nowadays. Like nobody needs to die over a pair of shoes.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
it's too much.
I'll be waiting on that line though.
Trust me. I'm counting down ready.
But the quote one more time is you could never lose if you embrace the fall. Nick Caution in Dial-Up.
There we go. All right. So for the last segment, more of a conversation piece. I'm interested. What would you say what's your personal favorite pair of sneakers? If you don't have one, maybe top three.
Like in my collection or just in overall in general?
Let's do overall. Overall.
That's a hard one. Okay, so the first one, I'm about to say the Red Octobers.
Okay, those are the Yeezy ones, right?
The Yeezy.
Okay.
I love Kanye West, and I love his sneakers. I love his what he does. But the shoes to me like it's unique because one, it's all red. Red's my favorite color, and then two is like it's noticeable and it glows in the dark. So I have to go with that, and it's a high top shoe. I love high shoes. The second one is going to be the Bread 11. Same thing, Bread 11. Yeah, I'm a Jordan 11 guy. I love my Jordan 11, so I got to make sure I add that to the collection. So, and I love the color red and black. That's my favorite color too. So I got to go with it. And he wore it in the playoffs. Yeah. The second one is going to have to be the Bread 1.
The Bread ones, okay.
Yeah, the Bread ones. Same thing, same color, red and black. I'm a red and black person, so I'm gonna always choose that. So and I love Jordan ones, and I love how the color just is unique. And then I'm gonna do 5. So the fourth one, the fourth one I'm gonna add this in my collection. It's gonna be, I'm trying to think. It's gonna be the Yeezy 350 V2, the red stripe.
Okay.
So that came out about 2016 during Black Friday. It was 3 colorways. It was a green one, a copper one, and a red one. I love the red because red's my favorite color, and the shoes is comfortable on it. And the fifth one is going to have to be, I don't know what the fifth one's going to be. Oh, the Sean Witherspoon 97s.
Okay.
The 97, I don't have it in my collection. The Sean 97s. I'm trying to get it from my cousin. That's one sold it to me yet, so I'm gonna see if I can get it from StockX or go in the future. But yeah, that shoe is unique to me because of the color and how different it looks, and also it's made by Sean. I don't know if everybody knows Sean, but Sean owns Round 2, and and he's well known in the sneaker culture. So that's why I love the shoe, because he's well known in the sneaker culture, and he did something different with Nike. So the Sean Witherspoon 97s.
Got you. Let's go.
Yeah.
The other day we were when we were sneaker talk, we kind of asked a similar question. So me personally, I never had them, but I guess my favorite pair would be probably like white cement fours. But like the fours, thing is like, so I just love fours in general. I think white cement is probably my favorite colorway, but fours, I think fours are beautiful. 11s look nice. I think probably like the white cement fours and probably like Space Jam 11s. Space Jam go hard.
Ooh,
Space Jam
yeah, they do
hard.
go. Oh my God, yeah.
But I think probably white cement fours probably be my favorite pair. So if and when I'm put in the air, right? So whenever I get my pair, I'll make sure to rock those. But
Not a crazy sneakerhead or anything. I don't have like a really big favorite, but I do like Air Forces and Jordans only because they're both built bulky. So
like Jordan 1s.
Jordan 1s, there we go. Yeah.
Jordan 1s, yeah.
But if I had a sneaker collection, it'd be full of like Air Forces, Jordan 1s, and Air Max 97s. So
yeah, Air Max 97s, yeah. Very nice shoes.
They look nice.
Very nice.
They look
nice. Real nice, yeah. Like, yeah. In my collection, like, you're gonna see Jordan 1s. I have a whole bunch of Jordan 1s. That's my to go to. And then I love my Yeezys. So I'm a big time Yeezy. So I think I have maybe about 20 pairs of Yeezys in my collection. Yeah. And then same thing with sneakerhead. They're just sitting there, never been worn. Yeah. They're sitting there, just never been worn. Just wait until the value just goes up, and then I'm gonna sell it, or I'm gonna just keep holding on to it. But I'm a Jordan 1 collection, like you were saying. I'm a big time Yeezy collection.
Got it.
So I have one question. So you said I think offline, you said you grew up here. You came here at 11, right?
Yeah.
So were you a sneakerhead in Ghana at all, or were you interested in sneakers? Nah.
So no, I was never really interested in sneakers at all. I was more into technology, like computers, video games. Trying to find out what goes inside the computer, fixing it, and all that stuff. And those are cool because those made me smart, and those made me how to know about technology and about computers. But down the road, once I started, my passion changed, and I started watching more videos and started realizing, how people dressed. I was like, let me change it up a little bit. So during those stages, and I had to find out this too. So a person will look at the sneakers before they look at you, and I didn't believe that. So I didn't believe that. So growing up, I never really had like high fashion kicks. So and I didn't see that perspective what people were talking about. People look at the sneakers before your face, and I was like, to me, that kind of sounded dumb. But then, like, fast forward down the road, once I started learning about the streetwear, the street fashion and sneakers, then I started realizing why people look at the sneakers before your face. Because one, sneakers will attract somebody before they attract anybody else. You can start a conversation off from a sneaker or from a streetwear, based on what that person is wearing. You can also judge a person based on what they're wearing on their sneaker too. So I was never really into a sneaker person, but more into like a technology person, then how to change my habit a little bit and start getting into sneakers. I still love my technology. I still know about technology, the computers, but I'm more into sneakers now.
Okay, no, let's go.
Passion change and stuff like that. So.
They do, definitely. I get that. Yeah.
Edom trying to go get his PS5 real quick.
That and my mom called me twice. My mom called me twice, so she actually never does that. So I have 2 reasons I will be back.
You'll be back on that episode. So while he does that,
that's actually crazy.
Got you. So while we do that, we can continue. What would you say is like the future of either your business or the sneaker industry in general? Like, would you say if maybe you could predict for yourself, or what would you say is like the future for it? Like, what do you think is either maybe the next thing that's going to change the game or anything like that?
And that's a good question, because a couple of weeks ago, I was watching a couple of YouTube videos. I was talking about how the sneaker game is going to change in the next couple of years, within 5 years. So they said within 5 years, it's going to go up to, I believe, 6 billion or 8 billion. So right now, the resale business, it's about 2 billion to 3 billion.
Yeah.
So the next 5 years, it's going to jump up all the way up to 8 billion. So in my opinion, I feel like Nike to me is one of the biggest competitor and the biggest market on the field, because Nike collab with majority everybody. They got Travis Scott, they got so many celebrities that trying to work their shoes. So in my opinion, I think Nike is going to be the main focus, because Nike have different shoes and different people they could work with, different style they can come up with. So the sneaker game is going to definitely change, especially in 2021. Like they've already released their 2021 release, and it's already looking crazy already for Nike and also for Yeezy too. Yeezy, we're going to talk about it later on, but Nike is going to be the one that's going to be making more money because of how big and how well known they are. And in terms of what's going to happen in the next couple of years, I feel like it's going to stay up. It's going to stay consistent, no matter what, because sneakers always get new colorways. There's always a new drop. There's always people trying to work with different celebrities or work with different brands. So I feel like the sneaker game is always going to keep going up, within the next 5 years, or 6 years, depending on, what brand like Nike or Jeezy is going to do, bring out for. And also with the streetwear too. Streetwear is going to be taken off too, because people want to have their clothes to go with their shoes, Supreme, Louis Vuitton, Off-White, all those stuff, So I feel like all those, the streetwear and the sneakers game is going to be changing in the next couple of years. And it's already changing right now, but wait until 5 years from now, you're going to be like, damn, this is really definitely changed for a lot of us.
Sure.
But I feel like that's what's going to happen.
Got it. Yeah, I think that's interesting. That you mentioned that Nike. When you think about it, Nike does have collabs, like really for real with everybody, And I guess if you think about it, technically Jordan is under Nike, right? So you consider all the collabs that Jordan does. For example, the Virgil Abloh, I believe the
Off-White.
I remember, I think the fours not too long ago, the fours came out. I think he did a collab with the Jordan 4s, and they came out. They had like a real a mint or like a light blue. They had, I feel like they had like a great beige color. Like they had a whole different, and those were going for like super crazy. Think of the Travis Scott 4s that that blue. Oh,
that blue,
beautiful shoe. Beautiful. But you think of all those collabs. So again, like the more they do that, technically Jordan does that, or that's still under Nike. So Nike's still getting a check off of that. And then with Yeezy, Yeezy, and with Yeezy, I guess we can get to that a little bit. I really love how they kind of came into the scene. Like before that, Adidas were like cool, but like nobody, like Adidas was nowhere on that level, not even close.
At all.
Not even close. And then when those Yeezys came out, and I remember when they first came out, I thought they looked like the Roshis. Remember like the Nike Roshis?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like they kind of look like a ripoff of the Roshis. But nah, they took off. And I remember when the Red Octobers first came out, that was like, oh, that was different. That was like, no different.
That's why I always love the Red October, because of how different and how unique it is. And also, this also talks about how the Roshi too, and how Yeezy, Adidas and Kanye copied the Roshi a little bit. So there's a YouTube video that Kanye West basically sat down with interview, and then he talked about why he made so many 350s and why the 350 look like the Roshi. So in the interview, he said he wanted to get rid of the Roshi. Because everybody back then, everybody had to worship. I had a pair. I had maybe 5 pairs with different colors. They were comfortable and they look cool.
Yeah.
Like who doesn't want it? So that's where he got the idea from. So he took out the competitor, which is the Roshi, because back then Roshi was popping. But now you don't really see it anymore. Now you see more 350s than you see Roshi. So that was Kanye West's idea or kill button switch to take out one of his competitors, which was the Roshi, and he said, "I'm gonna make the 350s, different colorways, and I'm gonna make as much as I can, so that way there's no more Roshis on the market." And he did that.
Yeah.
And then he really did that, because now you don't see Roshi anymore. Like you will see more 350 than you see Roshi. So I'm like, damn, Kanye. Like it might sound evil, but it's actually it's a business aspect. Because I did, So that's how I love him, because one, because he worked with Nike before.
Yeah.
So he knew what Nike was doing. So, and I love him for doing that, because it brought more money to Adidas and it brought more attention to Adidas, because back then like you were saying, nobody knew Adidas. Even I didn't even know about Adidas
Yeah.
until Kanye West jumped on it. They started making, the Ultra Boosts. Then started making, the Human Races, the Yeezys, the 350, different varieties. And now like he puts like Adidas on his back.
Yeah.
And I feel like in 2021, it's going to keep going up because he announced new colorways and new models coming out in 2021.
Yeah.
And so we're going to see
he has a collab with Gap, right? So
with Gap too. I forgot too. Right? Yeah.
So
I forgot Gap.
Even to like take a sidestep, Gap stock. I remember when that first like came out, I was like, yo, I have to invest in some Gap stock. Like knowing that it's not gonna, shoot up now, but I think either 2021 or 2022 when he's planning to drop his first line or collection with Gap. That's when I'm like, all right, watch out for that because that might be a hit. You know what I'm saying? Right now, everyone knows Gap is just so like even similar to like Adidas. Gap is just more, or the Gap and Adidas were more, kind of like household names. You know what I'm saying? Adidas was more either in sports, or it was just like like hoodies, sweatpants. Like Adidas got the joggers. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
the joggers. Yeah, that's
and they got into the streetwear with the Yeezy. So with Gap, you never know. I heard that he's supposed to make it more like a family, like it's supposed to be like a family, like attire type joint, like shirts and stuff. But with Kanye, he has all the attention. He has his whole fan base. He has like a whole, like hype beast, so to speak, fan base behind him. You never know that a simple Gap shirt that it could be like, he likes that nude colorway. So it could just be a simple nude color, like a sweater, and that could blow up. That could blow up. So you really never know.
Yeah, you never know, and people know about Gap, so I'm not. Yeah. Everybody, there's at least one person on earth that knows about Gap. So they gotta be like, you gotta know about Gap. So I feel like that was a smart business move for him because one, not only that everybody know about Gap, people know about Kanye West and know about the Yeezy brand.
Yeah,
so that's going to be more beneficial for him because one, people like me, I'm going to buy it, I'm going to support it, and I'm going to resell it, no matter what. So that's so he's also bringing like bringing money, and he's also bringing new ideas. He's also bringing new opportunities for like resellers and people out there trying to like start off too. And I love it. I love him for doing that because I didn't even see that coming. Like I was on my phone one day and I saw a notification. I was like, Gap, Yeezy and Gap, like Gap. But then I went to Gap stock, and then like all of a sudden that stock went up. I'm like, Gap.
Yeah.
So I had to invest like money into Gap too a little bit just to make sure once it go up, I could have that Gap stock ready to sell it.
Yeah, I remember the day it dropped. I think Gap stock was looking at like $11 or $12. Once they dropped the news, I think it jumped up to like 14, 15.
Yeah.
And it's been like it like spiked up to like $2-3 the same day. It's kind of been like slowly trending up.
A little bit.
But like that's again, like in my head, I was like, this isn't for a just now play. This is gonna be like a 2-3 year, 4 year type play. Because even if the first line is a flop, he has like a 10-year contract with them. So he's gonna be making clothes with them for a while.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So even if the first line is a flop, the second, third, like it'll eventually get there. And what's funny with Kanye, like it's always funny with him is like a lot of stuff that he puts out. At first, a lot of people will be like, "Ew, like that's ugly. Like, why would anyone wear that?" You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at the Yeezy sandals, like the Yeezy sandals that dropped not too long ago, like the nude color, big bulky sandals.
I have it.
You have them? I remember when they first came out, or like when they first like on the internet, people were like, "Oh, those are ugly. No one's gonna wear them." This, that, and the third. And then what happens? A couple months later, now you see people posting online what they got: Yeezy sandals.
Yo, that's crazy. Yeezy sandals, and and you're right though. Yeah, because when it first came out, I was one of the people I was on the fence about because I had to see it in person just so I could make sure it was legit. So I had to buy me a pair to make sure it was legit. And they're mad comfortable. Yeah, mad comfortable. Like everywhere I go, you're gonna always see me in my Yeezy slide. Like during the whole 2020, like I probably won maybe.
Oh, we lost you for a second.
Grab some. Hello.
Yeah. So last thing you said during 2020, you said they're mad comfortable.
Yeah, so during 2020, and still 2020, all I've been wearing is just my Yeezy slides.
Yeah.
Like I haven't worn any sneakers except for like if I'm going with my friends, like grabbing food or like going to visit my dad, my aunts, or my family. I'll put on like sneakers just to go visit them. But majority of the time, like if I'm making it play, like seeing customers delivering shoes, shipping shoes, picking up sneakers, like all my errands, it's gonna be the Yeezy slides, like no matter what. And like at first, people were like, "Oh, those are ugly. Those are ugly." And $55 for a slide, like so $55. Like a Gucci slide costs about $2.
Yeah.
So we willing to spend $200 on the Gucci slide. Maybe it might not be that comfortable, but you can't spend $55 on Yeezy slide.
Yeah.
But now, like since everybody is buying it and everybody loves it, the price went out to $300 for retail.
I was about to say 55. I don't remember when they first retail, but the people I found, I was like, yo, I've been seeing Yeezy slides go for $200-$300. Like,
yeah. Originally, when it first came out, with tax was $58. $58 with tax. And like they made some sort of like resale money. Like they went up to like maybe about 100, 150, and then once everybody started seeing how comfortable and how nice they were, their price went up to $300. And like now, and people that was making fun of it back then are now hitting now and regretting now because they're like, damn, I could have bought it for $55, but now I got to spend $300.
Yeah.
So it's like yeah, like, and to me, I don't like. It's like one of my pet peeves, like when people do that with with brands or do that with Kanye West. Like at least I appreciate like he dropped this product on the market. Don't say it's ugly. Don't say it's ugly when it first come out, and then down the road you're like, damn, I want to pay. Yeah, like keep that energy that you had back then.
Yeah.
Don't change that energy right now.
Yeah. Not for sure. And like Yeezy sneakers and like Yeezy kicks. So like the Yeezy slides that came out, like when they first came out, people were mad.
Ugly.
Yeah.
They're still ugly. I saw someone, I went to Walmart like a month ago, I saw someone wearing it. I'm like, I don't know, like, this is my opinion personally. He looked like a bum and he's wearing these Yeezy slides. I'm like, I don't know what you think you're doing. He got like a fanny pack on. He got like some weird hoodie thing on. He got his hair all like, all right, it's weird to me, but like, I don't know what he's going for, the look he's going for, but I think it's weird. And he's got Yeezy slides on. I'm like, bro, you're going to Walmart, like, I don't know what you need the Yeezy slides on for, bro. Like, no one here, like, I don't know. You're at Walmart. We all kind of in the same financial circle. And you know, like, Walmart, bro.
Hey, I wear my Yeezy slides to Walmart. What's up with that?
Again, we all in the same financial circle, bro. I don't know what you wearing. My answer wasn't gonna change.
Word.
We all here, bro.
Word. I don't know. To me, they're still bulky, and I don't think I really like the look. But
you saving money somewhere, so.
Yeah. But I mean, regardless though, like again, gotta respect it. Like you said, retail. I didn't even know the original retail was $55. Now we try and get them, it's $300. You know what I'm saying?
$55.
$55 was the original retail. Now we try and get them $300 for.
But it's just the brand name at that point.
They're paying for the brand, paying for the name. But that kind of goes back. You know what I'm saying? Keep that same energy. At first it was ugly to everybody. I'm not gonna get it. Now all of a sudden, it's a hype, and it's gonna be the same thing. Like I don't know if they're out yet, but he just dropped a new pair of sneakers, and they kind of like, I think it's bluish. Like I think it's blue. I remember like he had like Kylie Jenner like posing with it, and like once people were seeing it, they're like, yo, like that joint is ugly. Right, and like everyone's flaming it again, like, oh, it's not ugly, it's not ugly. But I don't know if they dropped yet. But I'm sure once they do, like, you're gonna get them. You know what I'm saying?
To turn it away from, I'm trying. Birkin got some shoes, right? They got like shoes look like a sock with like a heel spring on the bottom.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Can you walk in that? If it drizzles, are you okay? I don't know. I don't know how you put that on. So like, but yeah, I guess we're talking. It's the name. It's the
name. Yeah, it's the name. Yeah, the brand name. And
yeah, and was like, in high school, everybody's going crazy over polo. And at the end of the day, a regular white T-shirt could go for $5, but you throw you put the guy on the horse and the golf club thing, and
that's it.
And it goes up $50.
It goes up, yeah, man. And polo was pop back in the day, man. People was wearing that polo like crazy.
Yeah,
I was wearing it too, man. I don't care. Yeah.
I'll never forget my senior prom. We went to so we're from New York, but we went to Roosevelt Field Mall, and we were trying to pick out like I think an after party outfit, and I remember one of our friends said, "Yo, go wherever the store takes you, or go wherever like your body or your spirit takes you." And my brother walked into USPA, and all my friends clowned him for the remainder. It was the end of the year, but he got clowned for at least a year after that. Like, yo, bro, we told you to go where your body wanted to take you. You walked in the USPA, bro. No. That's like knockoff. That's knockoff polo, bro. He got clowned forever. It was so funny.
USPA, come on.
I picked up.
That's one of the few brands. It's funny. Like a lot of brands have kind of like rebranded, so to speak. Like for example, like Champion, right? Champion. When I was younger, Champion was like whack, right? Now Champion hoodies are like popping. You know what I'm saying? Like, that happens like a lot of different brands that like they were once hot and are like Crocs. Crocs used to get clowned. For wearing a pair of Crocs.
Jibbitz came out though.
Then the Jibbitz came out. Crocs did the collab with Post Malone, and then they started coming out with like a bunch of different colors, and now Crocs are popping again. Now they got the KFC brand Crocs and stuff like that. So
and then they also got Bugs Bunny Crocs too.
Oh, I haven't seen those.
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I've seen those.
So it's like so a whole bunch of people are working with each other just to get that name brand out there.
Got you. And I guess the shoe I was referring to was the Yeezy Foam Runners. Those new joints, the new Foam Runners that came out. So,
okay.
You've seen these, right? So
I see. Yo, them
they look like spaceships. Like to be honest, like
I don't know.
Yeah, they look. To be honest, they look weird now, but I can see that in the future. To me, they just look bulky. I don't know if I would ever get a pair, but like I can see people liking them. Yeah. And like I was gonna say like another funky pair is Yeezy 700 V3 Azale. I think it's like is that no thing. So I remember I think I've seen it like in this is like an off-white type color, but like I feel like I've seen it in blue. And the first time I saw those, I was like, yo, again, mad bulky, they look weird. Give it till next year, they're gonna be popping everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Just give it some time. Like that's kind of like not to make this episode the whole episode about Kanye West, but like you do have to respect his hustle. You have to respect his hustle in the sneaker and the clothing game.
He partnered with Gap. I don't know if you guys talked about this. Yeah. All right, I mean, And Gap stock. When the news dropped, I remember Gap stock was trading at 12 to $13. Now, like about not too long later, like about 2 months ago, like it's trading at $23, and that's pretty wild.
That's same thing, man. Celebrity that touch, same thing like Travis Scott too. Like Travis Scott also like he had a pair too. I think he started when SBs, like old school SBs, and like now if you go on StockX, like the SB he was wearing, like the price just went up. So like celebrities also do have impact to sneakers too. They can make the sneakers go up depending on what they wear or depending on who they collab with.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going for 1,000. Like 12, I think it's $1,225. Every time I log on to StockX, I see it. I see it right there on like the main screen. Like I can afford that, but it's like about that much. So it's pretty wild.
Yeah, and when we had the conversation the other day, we were talking about a lot of sneakers. You gotta like have to know like the history of it. And saying like a lot of sneakers were influenced by early hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You think about like early rappers and rap music videos, or just like in magazine and stuff like that. Like when you have big influencers, rappers, I guess so to speak, for like sneakers and streetwear, like when you have them wearing a specific brand over and over, or they get a collab, that's where the market goes up. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of some news that, like, again, if you're going to be in the sneaker game, that's kind of stuff you have to be on top of, because you can kind of predict which sneakers are going to be hot. When you get news about, like, you see a certain rapper, like, oh, they're wearing that a lot. Maybe like, are they being sponsored? Or is this a collab?
Yeah.
And that can, that's some knowledge you got to know. You know what I'm saying? So, that's pretty cool. And again, it's supply and demand. As you build that demand, you get, for example, I know Drake did Drake got, I think it's the OVO 7s. I think Drake had like a couple
the 8s.
I think so. I don't remember the name. I think he has like a pair of sevens that like black. I think he has a pair of 7s. I think they came out in black. There was a black colorway and like a white colorway.
That's the 8.
Yeah, okay, got it. So for example, those, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, that's gonna make, you know, that type of brand or that type of sneaker, you know, more popping, so to speak. So then you think of like basketball
And then
players. I would say like
and then
basketball shoes like
yeah,
LeBron's and Giannis and stuff like that. Yeah, go ahead.
definitely. And then this reference to what you're saying about we'll talk about how celebrities can make uh stuff go up, you know, like and well about the Nike business going up in the next 5 years or 6 years. So like how you mentioned Drake, like also Drake is also one of that Nike sponsor too. Like, you know, if you drop a shoe, Nike's mind's gonna go up, you know, just
Yeah,
like how we're talking about Nike has a whole bunch of varieties and celebrities they work with. Like so when Drake dropped the sneakers, like Nike stock went up. And now, like his sneakers, like the 8, like the one you talking about, the white and black, like they're going for crazy now because it has the OVO brand on the
yeah,
shoe. And yeah, it's like you say, it's all about supply and demand. You know, like
Yeah.
someone can come work with this brand, and then all the shoe will just go up automatically no matter what.
yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think we covered a
Definitely.
lot today. I think we covered a lot. Is there any last points you wanna give the people? Any last advice, or you want to talk about yourself real quick? Talk about your business, where people can find you.
Yeah, so once again, my name is Maxwell Ampadu. My business name is Mad Max Kicks. My website is madmaxkicks.com. I don't have an app yet, but an app will be in the future. I love selling sneakers. I love collecting sneakers. I love talking about sneakers. I love watching YouTube videos about sneakers. I do like I watch YouTube videos on reviews and how like the sneakers is going to trend, it's going to be popping, it's going to be popping. In terms of about me, you can find me on IG, Mad Max Kicks. You can go on my website, madmaxkicks.com. And if you have any questions or anything like that, don't hesitate to DM me or shoot me or shout me out, anything like that. And then in terms of helping people out, if you have any questions, just hit the DM. Make sure you save your money up. Use credit cards if you can. And if you're a young person, like just trying to start up from selling sneakers, like go like wash cars, just do minor chores, because I know when I was growing up,
Yeah,
like when I was growing up, like I had to do some chores to get some money. So like if you're a young cat, trying to start a business but I don't have money, just ask your parents, do some chores, go cut the grass, anything like that. Just do some small stuff, to build your resources, from that young age. And then once you do that, transition to getting like, a credit card or getting more capital. And it might be hard hard starting from the bottom, but with God, there's always a way no matter what. As long as you have faith, you work hard towards your dream, you can achieve anything. And that's my goal, and that's my word for people. Don't give up. If you think it's not working for you, just find different ways to help you out. Watch YouTube videos. Ask your friends and family to enter raffles for you. Ask your friends and family to give you money, and just make sure you pay them back. Stuff like that. And then just always pray and always work hard. That's the two most important. Always pray and work hard, because with those two things, you can't be who you are. And that's what I had to learn and stuff from that way to be who I am right now. And I want to do better. I want to get maybe 200 sneakers. Right now in my inventory, I have 70 pairs of sneakers to sell to people. That's a lot, but compared to other resellers, it's not a lot.
yeah.
So so I'm trying to get better, and I will get better. So my advice to young people is just work hard, pray to God, and then just keep your head up and just stay focused. And then the small things will come to you no matter what. Everything don't come automatically. Small things will have to first come to you, and then the blessing will eventually start coming on and on.
That's a fact. I wish we had like the DJ bombs. Yeah. That DJ bomb. When we got a mixer, I gotta make sure that sound is on there. So, but nah, for sure. That was some gems.
Mr. Maxwell Ampadu.
Thank you very much.
Oh, of course, yeah. So if you could give us drop us a song that describes your love for sneakers, your sneaker selling business, everything, all that good stuff.
That's I'm trying to find a song to describe my business. It's gonna be a while. I'm trying to think. There's so many artists that I look up to, and
is it maybe one song?
All right, one song you listen to like right before a sneaker drops, or something you find yourself repeating a lot every time.
Your go-to song. Go-to.
I'm about to say Tupac, "Keep Your Head Up."
Got it.
Okay.
You know, keep your head up, you know, because so join some runs, you know, not everybody always shows up to the run. Like I've drove to like far places and the person never showed up. But you know, with that song, you know, it always motivate me, you know, no matter what, you know, if the person don't show up, just wait for the next day, wait for next week. There's always gonna be somebody out there that's gonna always, you know, be willing to buy that sneaker. So the song that I listen to is Keep Your Head Up, because one, it talks about what goes on in the black community, and also talks about how, you know, just keep your head up, just make sure whatever happens, don't look down, just always keep your head up and always look forward. And that's what Tupac said in the song. You know, there's gonna be challenges, there's gonna be bad stuff happening in the neighborhood or happening to you. By the end of the day, just keep your head up and stay focused, and then just make sure there's no God is on your side. So that's the song I listen to most of the day. Just keep your head up, because one, it talks about how I need to keep my head up to move forward, to progress in life, and to grab more attention and to grab more customers. And then two, you know, whatever happens, you know, if I get robbed, I got a gun pointing at me, just, you know, just don't look down. Just know, like, you know, this is just a lesson that you have to bounce back, and then just keep forward and just keep your head up. Three, if I don't win a raffle or anything like that, just keep my head up. You know, there's always gonna be a next release. There's always gonna be more releases coming up in the future. So I shouldn't let that stress me out. I shouldn't let it, you know, hang me down or get me down. So, and that's my to go to keep your head up by Tupac.
For sure. That's a great addition to the playlist. So yeah. So on that note, anything left? All right. On
Find
that
this episode on Apple Podcasts,
Yeah.
Spotify, wherever you saw your podcast, Instagram, everybody podcast, Twitter, ebe.pod.
Almost everybody is
Crazy.
pod
Everybody
on Instagram.
Everybody is that.
Pod on Twitter. Make sure you follow us. Everywhere you listen to the podcast, you know we're on there. Thank you again, Mr. Maxwell.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it was a pleasure. We had a great conversation for everybody listening. Make sure you.
We gotta connect more offline though, definitely.
Oh yeah,
we definitely do. I would definitely love to, you know, come, you know, visit you guys or sit down and talk more about it. I would definitely love that, you know, because I love meeting new people, and I love getting different ideas from people, because that's how I build my brand. Because without different opinions from different people, I won't be where I am. Like, you can ask most of my friends and family. Like, I've gotten ideas for my business through them, like my website, do this, don't do this and that. So I would definitely love to visit you guys one day, or just sit down one day and just talk offline.
For sure. So we'll definitely make that happen. Yeah. We'll definitely make that happen. So on that note, guys, new episodes every Tuesday. See you guys next time.
Peace.